What's up? What's up? What's going on? Solar family, what's going on? How are you? Just want to jump on live and answer any question you guys got. I want to commit and go live every Friday and answer any questions that anyone has during the Ask Me Anything live session. It's gonna wait for you guys to plug in. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. We have some amazing people that's joining this industry, and it's definitely a life-changing industry, right? I helped a couple of my students last week close a few deals over Zoom, and the average commission was probably around maybe $5,000 for a 45-minute Zoom meeting, right? I don't think you can make any income like that legally, right? Like $5,000 an hour, basically. Super excited. Just want to answer any questions you guys have. I've been super busy over the last couple of weeks. The Ramos family is moving, and I'll make a separate video about that later. But yeah, we are moving out of San Diego, moving out of California, and I'll jump into where we're moving to maybe next Friday. Question. Hey, what's up, Anna? How are you? Thanks for joining me on this live. Were you scared when you first got started? Scared as far as sitting in front of a homeowner. Scared as far as recording a video. Yeah, it's definitely normal. But is it normal? Overall, yes. Right. I mean, everything that's new to you. It's going to be a little scary, right? Especially sitting in front of a homeowner, things of that nature. But the more you do it, the more you get familiar with it, the more comfortable you get. Whether that's sitting in front of a homeowner during consultation, whether that's making videos, obviously it's going to be uncomfortable. But again, the more you do it, it's the more you get better. And my suggestion to you, Anna, is obviously the first few times it's going to be kind of nerve-wracking, right? Because there's going to be a lot of things going through your mind. You're going to try to pitch the pitch that your sales manager taught you, hopefully, and there's going to be a lot of things, right? And during your role play with your sales manager, your colleagues, hopefully you're doing some role plays. It doesn't always pan out the way the role play is, right? In the role play, a lot of folks are just basically a lay down, right? So basically, you're the consultant, and your colleague is a homeowner, and it's always like, yeah, this sounds good, kind of thing. And it doesn't necessarily pan out that way when you're out in the field. Yeah, so yeah, you're gonna be a little scared, a little nervous, but again, it comes down to practice. And the more you practice, the more. Sorry about that. The more you familiarize yourself with the script, the more you familiarize yourself with objections that may come up, the easier it gets. Because at the end of the day, if you really think about it, excuse me, let me drop a text real quick. The more you get familiarized with the pitch, the more you get familiarized with the objections, the same things are going to come up all the time, right? And you're gonna answer these objections like you're gonna know it like the palm of your hand. It's just gonna come straight out of your mouth. And obviously it just comes down to practice and a little bit nerves, a little bit. If you're a little bit nervous, it's normal, right? It's normal. Hey, what's up, JC? How are you, man? JC from Fort Lauderdale. What's going on? What's up, Nick? What's going on? Represent your town. What's up, Stevie? How are you guys? Like I said, I want to commit my time on Fridays to answer any questions you have, whether you're just getting started in the solar industry, whether you're a seasoned veteran, there's always something to learn, whether you haven't got started in the industry and you're looking to getting into solar, I'm here to help out, right? I'm here to help out. Nick, is there a solar lead gen company that you've used before that you recommend using that have decent leads? Nick, do me a favor, right? I don't want to promote any companies during this live session, but I do have some recommendations. Do me a favor. I'm going to post a link there as well. If you can book a call at solarstrategycall.com, solarstrategycall.com. I'm going to go ahead and post that link right here. I'd love to discuss that with you outside of this forum because, like I said, I don't want to promote any solar company, any lead generation company within the live videos or within my videos, but I will give you my feedback, on the phone call. Is that fair enough? What's up? What's up? Power, absolutely. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Awesome, Nick. Awesome. Yeah, so I'm here. I'm here to help. The idea is to help as many consultants as I can, as far as, obviously helping homeowners go solar and also helping you put some more money in your pocket, right? And whether that's sales strategies, whether that's marketing strategies, I would love to help as much as I can. Any other questions? Because this call can be, or this live can be, 5 minutes, or it can be 30 minutes or an hour, right? It kind of depends who's engaging and who has questions. But yeah, fire away. If you guys have any questions, fire away. I would love to answer any more questions you guys may have. Normally, I shoot out an email blast so we get more folks to actually jump onto these lives. But I've been traveling, right? And I'll let you guys know in another video where we're moving out to. We are moving out of San Diego. Love San Diego. I've been in San Diego, or actually California, for many, many years, my whole entire life. But we are moving out of town, right? The Ramos Bunch is moving out of town. But I'm super excited. Summer is starting to die down a bit, right? So start making some sales, because obviously sales are going to dip a little bit. But at the end of the day, this is not a seasonal career, because homeowners are still going to pay for the electric bill, whether it's summer, whether it's fall, whether it's winter or spring. They're still going to be paying their electric bill. So a lot of folks think that, hey, you know what? I'm not going to get any sales during winter. Hey, we still get a lot of sales during winter. Obviously, it dips a little bit because the pain is not there, just like it is in the summertime. But again, at the end of the day, the homeowner is still paying an electric bill, right? So Stevie, what would be your top 3 tips with your pitch to close more deals? Top 3 pitches. So basically getting a lot of buy-ins, right? Getting a lot of buy-ins, getting a homeowner to say yes, 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 yes. Infusing sales psychology, right? What are the things that you're doing to infuse that sales psychology? And also, as far as the savings, right? What are they going to do with the savings, right? Let me ask you this. This is what we tell all our homeowners. If you can save $24,000 by going solar, let me ask you this, Stevie. What would you do with the money? If that money was sitting right there in your lap, what would you do right now, Stevie? What would you do with that money? And say Stevie says, hey, you know what? I'll get a car. And what we do next, and what I teach my students, you got to dive in deeper. Hey, Stevie, what kind of car would you get? What color would that car be, right? How would it feel? How would it feel when you're driving that, 67 Mustang convertible down the street? How would that make you feel, man? Right? So again, it's just really like diving in, sales psychologies, emotional anchors, getting buy-ins, getting all the buy-ins before you show them the numbers, providing value, right? Providing value. And also, Stevie, pivoting, depending on, the proposal, right? Because hopefully you get the energy savings report / proposal ahead of time. So if the homeowner is not saving much money, don't focus on the energy savings. Focus on other things, right? What's the value of the system? Increase property value, lock in your rate so it never goes up ever again, right? Ownership. Stop renting your energy, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, right? Obviously, there's a methodology behind this. There's a system. There's a formula how a pitch is delivered, right? Because at the end of the day, even if you have like the best burger, right? My favorite burger is probably like In-N-Out Burger, right? But there's a formula that they're doing. They're putting the burger together for you. So for example, if the burger wasn't together and they asked you, you know what, eat the onions first, and then from there, eat the tomatoes, and then from there maybe take a bite of the patty, and then from there, excuse me, and then from there take a bite of the bun, right? Obviously, you're still technically eating the burger, but the system and the sequence is off, right? So obviously there is a methodology to closing a deal, and there is a sequence, right? There is a sequence. And check out my other videos. I have the formula. There's 10 steps, right? There's 10 steps to closing a deal. And if you skip any of those, your conversion rate starts reducing. And if you hit every single one of those, then obviously your conversion rate starts increasing, right? But there is a formula to close deals. And you guys, and if you already know this, nobody is winging it, right? I've been hearing this a lot lately. Oh, bro, I've been selling since I was like 2 years old. Excuse me. I've been selling since I was like 2 years old, right? I know how to sell, bro, and I can wing it, right? I can wing it. I can sell the solar thing. I can wing it. So that's like a big no-no in this industry, because we're getting paid so much money. Nobody's winging it, right? There's a formula on how to close deals, right? There's a formula. And if you don't know the formula and you're speaking to homeowners, like, how much money are you losing out on because you aren't closing any deals, right? So keep that in mind. There is a formula. That's what we teach our students, is like how to become a really high closer by closing deals online, right? And keep in mind that I've been in solar for the last 8 years. Almost 7 years of the 8 years, I haven't stepped foot inside a homeowner's house. I've been doing everything online, and I've been blessed to do so, considering, you know, the conditions right now with COVID, right? With this pandemic. So there is that formula. What if the homeowner says, do you own solar? What's a good answer? It all depends, right? I mean, you got a lot of younger folks in this industry as well. So obviously, if you're younger and you don't own a home yet, you need to let them know, hey, Mr. and Ms. Smith, that's a great question. But when I do own a home, I will install solar on my home. Or you can say, hey, you know what? That's a great question. I'm only 20 years old. I don't own a home yet, but my aunt, my uncle, my parents have solar on their home. And if you have a home, it's an even better testimonial if you have a home with solar on it, right? So I encourage that with all of our students that own homes. You know, put solar on your home. You know, you can't convince people to put solar on their home if you don't have solar on your home. Does that make sense? So again, guys, make sure that you're a product of what you're selling, especially if you can actually install solar on your home, right? And obviously there are some younger folks that don't have homes yet, but I'm pretty sure that you would install solar on your home if you had one, right? How can I overcome sales back? What do you mean sales back? What do you mean by that, Mohammed? Like a clawback? Does that mean like, you got your commission and the homeowner canceled and they clawed your commission back? What do you mean by that? You live in an apartment. All right, JC. Yeah, exactly, man. If you live in an apartment, obviously you can't put solar right now. But I'm pretty sure that if you did own a home, you would put solar on it, right? My team is in Boston area. Question is, COVID, my reps are going door to door. Have you developed a newer pitch that you feel breaks the preoccupation with COVID? Nick, to be flat out honest with you, I mean, my time at the door is very minimal, right? I literally knocked on doors for probably like 2 hours out of my whole career. And then from there, I knew, sorry guys, everybody wants to call when you're on Zoom. I knew from there that there had to be another way to generate leads. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with knocking on doors. I got a lot of friends and colleagues that makes, 6 figures or even multiple 6 figures just by knocking on doors. So I'm not knocking on doors. But for me personally, I honestly feel that creating a brand and generating your leads through a brand is the best way to go. But that's just my personal opinion. But the thing is, when you create a brand, there's obviously a lot of things that you got to do as far as like being consistent, creating videos like daily, getting on camera. Some folks don't want to be positioned as a solar expert, right? They don't want to put themselves out there. So there's a few things that you need to commit to before you start creating a brand. And if you're not committed to like putting yourself out there as the solar expert, or maybe you're just like, dude, I just don't have time to be consistent, then positioning and creating a brand, maybe not for you, right? So maybe in that situation, I would go find solar lead generation companies where you can just buy the leads from, right? But I honestly feel the best way to get solar leads or even opportunities to do other things in the solar industry is to create a brand, because there's so many other opportunities that I've been blessed with because of my brand. Meaning that, I help other solar companies grow their business. I speak on stages as well to help other business owners or consultants grow their business. There's so many other things, right? There's coaching. I'm also a owner or founder of Solar University, which is one of the fastest growing sales training in the nation, right? So we train folks like yourself, whether you're skilled or whether you're a seasoned veteran or whether you're just starting out. That's what we do. We help you close more deals using the methodologies that works for me. And these are all proven strategies that actually works, right? And we share it with all of our students. Hopefully that answers your question. And Nick, I'm just not the best guy. I can refer you to someone. Go ahead and book a call, solarstrategycall.com. I'll post it there again, solarstrategycall.com. And book a call, and I would love to dive in deeper and give you some references and who I recommend as far as maybe helping your team or helping yourself become a better canvasser at the door. Because I know a few people in mind that's doing amazing in the most saturated markets out here in California, that's smashing it and crushing it in California, but just by canvassing. Awesome. Thanks, Nick. And I'm just going through the questions here. Sean, I just got into door-to-door doing solar in Southern California. Awesome. Another Cali solar rep. Sales manager kept talking about how much money you can make as a solar sales rep. Is it true, or he's just trying to get me on the team? I'm pretty sure everybody here can vouch to that, right? There's amazing income that you can make in the solar industry. And since you're in California, you can make some pretty significant income. I just got off of Zoom literally before this live. I closed 2 deals, right, on a Zoom meeting. And I don't close too many deals anymore, but I still close it. I mean, it's good money, right? I closed 2 deals in a Zoom meeting, an hour each, right? The first consultation, I think that was like $5,000, right? 1 hour, right, for $5,000. The second one, I think, was like $7,900. So yes, there's significant amount of money to be made as a solar consultant, absolutely. But there's different formulas involved with that as well, right? You need to have a really good company to work with. Ideally, they should be in business at least 5 years. Have a really good EPC or red line, so you don't have to sell so many deals to make a good income. Things of that nature, and a solid training, right? Give a solid sales training, because at the end of the day, what we teach our guys is how do you beat your competition, right? We teach them the things that nobody's using. I guarantee you, nobody's pitching the kind of pitches that we're pitching. Obviously, there's a foundation that we use that maybe the market is using, but we added on so many things to our pitch that is lean, mean, and it gets the homeowner to make a decision, right? Again, when you're doing a consultation, you need to give the homeowner enough information to make a decision, right? Some people give way too much, and now they're, paralysis analysis, right? They're paralyzed, they can't do anything because there's so much information. And some consultants give homeowners very little information, right? So there's a fine line when you're giving enough information so that homeowner can make a decision based on that information that you gave them, right? And not any more and not anything less. And once you crack that code, I mean, you're going to be closing deals left and right. James, what is the question from JC? What is the question you use to start the presentation with a homeowner? Is this the first touch or the second touch, right? If it's a second touch, obviously you're building rapport, I can't stress this enough to every single person on this line right now. Building rapport is going to be the key to you to closing the deal, right? So what are you doing to build rapport prior to your consultation? Whether you're meeting face-to-face at the door or at the coffee table, or maybe you're meeting face-to-face on a Zoom meeting, what are you doing to build that rapport? Because if the homeowner knows, likes, and trusts you, they're gonna buy from you. And I can beat this thing like a dead horse, right? But I honestly feel that so many consultants out there, they're like, hey, I got a solid sales pitch. Yeah, you may have that. Hey, I know all the products in the world. I know even, the wire and the gauge and the material that we use for the wires. Yeah, you may know all that stuff. But if you cannot connect, if you don't have a human connection with your homeowners, more than likely, it doesn't matter how much product knowledge you know, you're probably not going to earn their business. So my suggestion to you guys and gals is to really solidify your relationship with your homeowners. Whether that's sending out videos prior to your consultation, these are the kind of things that we're teaching our students, is send out those videos prior to your consultations. Introduce yourself prior to your consultation. So when you do, show up at the door, or when you do, pop up in the Zoom meeting, just like this one, they basically know you, like you, and trust you at this point, right? Or you're working your way there. Rather than, you pop on a Zoom meeting, you don't even know this person. Maybe somebody generated a lead for you, and you're like, hey, what's going on? I'm James here, right? So again, I want to really touch on creating a relationship, right? Creating a relationship with your homeowners, because that's going to really help you close a lot more deals. And keep in mind that every homeowner has what we call an LTV, right? Do me a favor. Who knows what LTV stands for? Can you guys type it in there? LTV. What is that, guys? LTV. Can somebody type that in? What is LTV? Long-term vision, yes. But in business, anybody else in business, what is that? A homeowner has an LTV. Michael, thank you. Absolutely. Thank you, David. Lifetime value, right? Why look for new customers when you already have an existing customer that you sold solar to, right? Because every homeowner has a lifetime value. So for example, right? You're in solar right now. We're selling solar. And how about if your company in the future decides to start selling HVACs or starts selling windows? Or maybe you have another service. Maybe you're into financial help or whatnot, right? Financial assistance. If you could build that relationship with a homeowner, like what David's saying, when you know there is a lifetime value to a homeowner, you don't need to look for new customers. Does that make sense? You have a list of people that you treated very, very well. You gave them the best customer service ever. You told them the truth, right? And there's a lot of misleading going on in the industry right now. And you built a relationship with this homeowner. And guess what? All those pipeline of homeowners that know, like, and trust you, when you make that call and say, hey, David, I got this new little doohickey now, right? You stick it in the wall and you plug up, appliances, it's going to save you another 20%. And guess what? That homeowner is more than likely going to buy that thing from you because you've already created a relationship. You already understand the lifetime value of a homeowner. Instead of you trying to find new homeowners or new people to sell your little doohickey to, you already have an existing client base. Does that make sense? I mean, as simple as that sound, there's so many people that's just burning homeowners, right? And the homeowners doesn't get what they expected when the system is installed, say, for example, the tax credit. And then now they're just disgruntled homeowners. When before your consultation, these homeowners shouldn't have even gotten solar in the first place, right? Because they might have told you they're retired. We don't pay federal taxes. But again, somebody sold them on something that they don't need. right? And for everyone here, we're all experts. And it's our job to navigate the homeowner and which direction to go to give them the best option for them. Not the best option for you, the best option for them. And if you change your mindset and focus on other people, you're going to close a lot more deals. You're going to make a lot more money, right? And that's a totally different topic. Hey, JC, yeah, so James, JC's question is, James, your program is focusing on creating leads online or door-to-door training? We have two different trainings, right? So the first training that we have is sales. Basically, I become your mentor. I become your coach. And I also have other coaches in our Solar University training. So that's sales. We teach you all the methodologies, how to close deals. Everybody needs to learn how to close deals, right? And then from there, you can advance into what we call the Solar Celebrity training, where we help you create your brand, right? Just like how I created my brand, James the Solar Energy Expert, we help you create your brand, right? So there's two different types of training that we offer in Solar Celebrity, in Solar University, JC. Good question. Hey, David, thank you, man. Thank you. David says Solar University is great. I encourage all of you to check it out. James, one of the best consultants in the industry. Yes, I am reading that David's comment right now. I added that. No, I'm kidding. Hey, David, thank you, man. David's an amazing student as well. But the idea is to level everybody up, right? Not only for you to make more money, but also enables you to better educate your homeowners, right? Because there are a lot of misleading things that's going on out there. We teach all our students to sell with integrity, because sometimes, solar doesn't make sense for homeowners. And ideally, we want them to go solar, but sometimes it just doesn't make sense. And it's up to you to be able to let the homeowner know, hey, Mr. Smith, this doesn't work out for you, right? Thank you for trying. Ideally, we want you to go solar, but this one doesn't work out. Maybe in the future. And if you can educate like that, and just know that, there's abundance of homeowners out there that can qualify, and maybe this particular one doesn't qualify for whatever reason, then you're going to get so many more deals, right? It's this is a totally different topic. It's just having that mindset of there's an abundance of homeowners out there. And I think a lot of folks, they have this scarcity mindset where I got to close this deal. I got to, right? There's no more homeowners out there, right? David has them all. But there's so many homeowners out there. There's abundance of them. JC, I'm not really in online marketing. That's why I'm knocking. Yeah, that's another commitment, right? JC, I was talking about earlier. I mean, if you're not into online marketing, that's just not your thing. It's totally fine, because it is a commitment. It's a job. I mean, me plugging in every single Friday for the 12:30 live, it's my job, right? For me, creating videos, I create 3 videos a week. It's my job. So if you're not, if you don't want to be online, if you don't want to make videos, it's totally fine. It just depends on what you like to do, right? Because at the end of the day, man, you gotta have to like doing it. You know what I mean? Or else you're just gonna fizzle out. A lot of folks try to create brands and things of that nature, but they're just not them, right? And I'd rather you to realize that ahead of time before you make investments in training and coaching, and then next thing you know, it doesn't work out for you because it's just not you, right? But if it's you, if you want to learn how to generate leads online, if you want to create a personal brand so you don't necessarily have to knock on doors anymore, or maybe it's a supplement, right? So maybe you're doing 50% at the door and the other 50% online, make sure you book that solar strategy call. We'll love to teach you, right? We will love to teach you. But it all starts with the foundation of having a really high close rate, right? That's the paradigm shift. A lot of folks is like, give me leads, give me leads, give me leads. Show me how to generate leads. Obviously, we all need leads, but the foundation is closing at a really high rate. Because if you can close at 40, 50% plus with all your cold market deals, and keep in mind it's cold, if you can close 40, 50% plus with cold market, you don't need that many leads. Does that make sense to everybody? It's a paradigm shift. Obviously, if I have a really poor close rate, I'm going to need a whole crap ton of leads. But if I close really high, I'm lean, mean machine. I'm not, basically I'm doing a shotgun thing, and hopefully I hit something. If I could snipe, my sales or my closed deals, then I don't need so many bullets, right? And I'm talking about sales here, guys. I know there's, I don't want to get this misconstrued or anything else with sales, right? That's an analogy. Anything else, guys? Anything else? I would love to answer a few more questions. Maybe jump on here for another 2 minutes or so. Hopefully you guys are getting value from this. Again, I'm going to do this every single Friday. Do me a favor, share this video so it gets shared to all of our other solar family out there. The ones that's, out maybe, closing some deals or out and about in their car. Please share the video. That's all I ask, right? That's all I ask for you guys is share the video so it gets shared to all of our solar family as well. But again, there's that secret formula, right? Learn at a really high rate. Learn how to close deals online. So you don't necessarily need to drive around everywhere. Don't get me wrong. I did that. I used to work for Solar City back in the day. And I know, if you work for Solar City, you're like OG, right? You're just the original solar dude if it's Solar City. But yeah, I did that all day. The calendar was full. That was great. But what happens is, obviously you're spending a lot of time on the road. And if people ghost you or whatnot, that's definitely frustrating. But also you don't have location freedom, which I love the most, right? I want my location freedom, meaning that I can close deals anywhere. I was in Texas a couple of days ago. I've closed a couple of deals in Texas. I was back taking a vacation in Northern California. I was closing deals. Came to Arizona, still closing deals, right? Driving the kids, we were heading out of town. I think we were heading out to California again, in Northern California or Southern California. Stopped at the local Starbucks, closed a couple deals or one deal outside of Starbucks, right? So just having that freedom to close deals anywhere is so it's really nice, right? And that's the kind of business model I want. Hopefully that's the kind of business model you guys want as well. Because it's a lifestyle now. You know what I mean? It's a lifestyle. Can you speak on one call close versus multiple close? Yes. Great question, Michael. So one call close, I don't recommend, right? Even if you can close the deal, the first call, meaning that you got the lead, you got them on the line, you got them interested, whether it's a phone call, whether it's on a Zoom, and they're like, yeah, let's go ahead and sign the agreements or whatnot, the paperwork. What I've noticed, and statistically, when you do a one call close, whether again that's a call or whether that's a Zoom or whether that's face to face, the first touch, right? One touch, more than likely those homeowners are going to cancel on you. Your cancellation rate is going to be a lot higher because they're going to feel like they jumped into this a little too soon, right? They're going to get the buyer's remorse rather than getting all the information you need on the first touch, asking them discovery questions, right? And then from there, jumping on a Zoom meeting or a face-to-face within the next 24 to 48 hours, right? It just gives them more time to consume the information. And in between your 24 to 40 hours, you're giving them information. Remember, we talked about earlier, like, what are you doing prior to your consultation? The consultation should be the second touch, right? So what are you doing between then? How are you getting or earning the homeowner's trust in between your first touch and your second touch? And ideally, when you close homeowners on a second touch, they tend to, I guess the pull-through rate is a lot higher, right? So they tend to actually install the system rather than the one touches. So what I recommend is do the discovery on the first touch, get some information about the homeowner, get the utility bill, obviously, get some information about the home, what are their plans as far as the home, and then from there, reschedule and do a two-touch. And I honestly feel your pull-through rate is going to be a lot higher on a second touch than it is on a first on a one call close. Rod, did you talk about how determine if a customer will be eligible for the tax credit? I talk about that in my videos a lot, Rod. I mean, obviously, that's definitely a touchy conversation because at the end of the day, when the homeowner is asking about tax credit, you can only say you can qualify for it, but talk to your tax accountant about it, and then you move on, right? Don't hesitate Because at the end of the day, it's up to you to educate the homeowner and to inform the homeowner about the tax credit. But it's not our job to dive into the details of it. And it's not our job to disqualify homeowners, right? At the end of the day, once you disclose that, hey, you can qualify up to whatever the tax credit is, 26%, but make sure you talk to your tax accountant about that. Does that make sense? Yes? Move on, right? Move on. Because we're not here to disqualify folks. Because if you're disqualifying right off the bat, obviously you can if they're a retiree, right? If they're a retiree, you already know they're probably not getting any tax credit. Maybe very minimal, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're disqualifying right off the bat as well, right? If they're completely not paying any federal tax credit for whatever reason, then you know that they're not going to qualify for it, right? Maybe if you have a PPA or some kind of lease option, then you can shift. But if you just flow through it, hey, Rod, the great thing is you can qualify for up to 24% of the cost of the system, which is $12,765. But make sure you talk to your tax accountant how you can actually file for that. Does that make sense? Yes. Move on, right? Move on. Just as long as you disclosed it, that's your job. Does that make sense, Rod? Hopefully that makes sense. How does it work if the customer has a previous balance under electric bill? That's called a true up, right? If they have a previous balance on the electric bill, I mean, it depends. Do they already have solar and have a true up, or you can't offset the whole entire energy, or you can't offset the whole entire bill with the system? Then you just let them know, right? Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, unfortunately, we can I mean, you don't want to say unfortunately. Unfortunately, you still have to buy electricity from the utility company, right? But it's one of those things. Hey, would you rather pay 100% from the utility company that increases at 4 to 6 to 7 to 8%, depending on where you're at, right? Would you rather pay for that kind of energy that goes up every single year? Would you rather pay 100% of that? Or would you rather lock in 90% of the energy, which never goes up ever again? And unfortunately, you just buy only 10% with a utility company. Which one sounds better to you, right? There's no way around it. Because at the end of the day, if you could lock in 50% of your energy bill, and that never goes up ever again, that's still a great added value to the homeowner, right? Because with the local utility company, if they stay with them, that goes up at 100%. Does that make sense? One-legger, absolutely not, bro. You know what I mean? Michael, his question is, do you try to close with one-legger? No, don't ever do it, right? Make sure that both homeowners there, even though you get those guys that, hey man, hey Michael, I wear the pants in this house. I make the decisions. Yeah, right. Make sure that the wife is there as well, right? Or vice versa, right? Because it's a perfect excuse for every homeowner after your consultation to let you know, hey Michael, this sounds good, but let me go talk to my wife. Let me go talk to my husband. Right? We don't want them to swivel out of it. We want them to make a decision right then and there, right? Whether it's a no or whether it's a yes, we want them to make a decision right then and there, right? Rather than say, hey, you know what? I got to talk to my wife about it because we didn't make sure that the wife was there or the husband was there, right? You just want to verify and make sure, hey, Mr. Smith, make sure that Mrs. Smith is on the Zoom call as well, or make sure they're at the consultation as well. Right, I want to present both of you guys the information, right? Don't ever sell one-leggers, man. It's not going to close. It's just so easy for them to say, hey, this sounds good to me, but let me go talk to my wife about it, right? You want them to make a decision after your consultation, whether it's a yes or a no. Amen. Hey, JC, thanks, man. Thank you very much, dude. And again, like I'm still working on my skills. I'm still working on my live skills. I'm still working on my videos and how I create my videos. But it's just one of those things that you just have to do it. You know what I mean? And if I showed you guys my videos that I created years ago, and obviously my videos are still getting better. If I showed you my first video that I ever created, or even my second, third, fourth, 10th video, it was really bad. Right. And maybe some of you guys think my video is still bad now, but it's gotten better. It's gotten better. You know what I mean? It's gotten better because at the end of the day, it's one of those things that for some of you that are looking into creating a brand, whether you want to get on video on YouTube or Facebook, just be you. right? Don't be like me. Don't be like David. Don't be like JC. Just be you. Whatever your personality is, whatever your flair is, just be you. You know, and people are going to resonate with you. And it's always harder to be somebody else. You know what I mean? So that would be my main tip when you're making a video is just be yourself and just know that the first couple videos are going to suck, right? It's going to suck. But as you keep doing them over and over and over again, it's going to get better and better and better, right? Michael, I'm going to jump on these lives every Friday, right? Every single Friday, I'm going to jump on these lives. Thank you very much. The last comment, unfortunately, it's a different outside of the country. It's a different language, but thank you very much. Thank you. These videos are for every single one of you. I mean, at the end of the day, just shifting your mind that I want to help as many consultants as I can, because the more I help you, the more it affects the environment, right? The more we arm you with information to help you close more deals, the more we help the planet, the more homeowners we help, and the more we help the environment, right? And you're very, very welcome. And hopefully, I don't like using that word hope, and my students know that, but I'm going to use it here. Hopefully that you guys are getting value from these videos, right? Hopefully you're walking away with a nugget or two that can help you close more deals. And if you guys have any more questions, make sure you jump into a strategy call, right? Book that free solar strategy call. And I'll post the link right there again. Go ahead and book that free solar strategy call. I'd love to jump on a call with you to help you in any way possible. The question from Katie. I know many homeowners want to work with you. Not necessarily homeowners. I think this is our consultants. I know many consultants want to work with you, but why do you charge $5,000 for your university to work with you when you get your training from Power Solar? This information that we have are proprietary to me, right, to our students. So if you think about it, like when you're starting out, right, I want to shift this mindset. And obviously, our training can range from $5,000 to $10,000, right? There is a cost to get in our training, right? But the reason why is we're helping develop you. We're helping you close deals, right? And the question is not necessarily, no, why am I paying you money? The question is, how much money are you actually losing out on because you don't have our training, right? Because we speak to hundreds of consultants every single month, and they're always like, hey, I could wing it. And I'm going to tell you right now, right? Flat out, I've been in this industry for 8 years. Our coach has been in the industry for 12. You are not going to wing it in this industry. The reason why we're getting paid $4, $5, $10, $15, $20,000 closing deals is because we're not winging it. It's not as easy as people think it may be. So put it this way. If you invested $5,000 in our training and we gave you access to everything that we know to close deals, we gave you access to all of our online marketing, we give you access to the platforms where you're connected with hundreds of different installers, whether that's, Titan, whether that's Power, whether that's whoever, right? If we helped you and I helped you close one deal, because it's me personally that's in these training, if I can help you close 1 or 2 deals every single month, let's just say 1, be conservative, right? If I help you close 1 deal every month for the next 12 months, because that's our commitment to you, right? Your $5,000 investment is literally returned. I mean, you get your ROI back within the first month. Put it this way. My wife and let me give my wife as an example. My wife is a lawyer by trade. She spent over $100,000 in investing in herself to learn to be a lawyer, right? But at the end of the day, there's no guarantees that she's actually going to make anything back, right? So again, our guarantee to all our students, I'll let you guys know this flat out, our guarantee to all of our students, if we get you no results for 6 months, meaning that you do everything that I tell you to do, everything that my coaches tell you to do, you got zero, flat out zero results, we refund your money, right? Who else is going to guarantee that? Tell me, for those of you that went to college, did the university or the state college ever tell you, hey, you pay me $50,000 to get this education to become whatever. If you make no money from that degree, we're going to give you your money back. Let me sit tight and somebody answer that for me. So yes, there is an investment, just like any coach, right? Top athletes in the world, right? This is the mindset that everybody needs to change. Top athletes in the world, Tiger Woods, for example, Michael Jordan, they all had a coach. And able for you to take it to the next level, you have to invest in yourself, right? You have to invest in yourself, because where else are you going to get training where I'm there personally, live, every day, role playing with you, right? Where else are you going to get that? Where I'm going to critique you today, say, hey, you know what, JC, maybe you should say this instead of that. Hey, you know what, Katie, maybe you should do this instead of that. And pouring in over 20 years of experience, right? It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. But again, it's one of those things that you have to change your mindset. You know, us personally, my wife and I are in a coaching program. We're paying $24,000 a year, right? That's $2,000 a month for coaching, because we want to take our business, our finances, our income to the next level. And based on the knowledge that we have right now, there's a cap. Think about it. Really think about it, right? Wherever you're at right now, and we're kind of going a wild tangent here, but this is good. Thank you, Katie. This is good. Wherever you're at right now, the knowledge that you have can only get you to where you're at right now. So if you want to take it to the next level, whatever your next level may be, whether you're $100,000 a year right now and you want to make $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $1 million a year, then the level of knowledge you have right now in your mind is not going to be enough to take you to the next level. Just a heads up. Does that make sense, guys? And hopefully that makes sense. And it's not investing, it's investing in yourself. You know what I mean? I hear this all the time. Hey, James, why am I going to pay you money? Why am I going to pay you money? Right? You're not paying me money. You're investing in yourself. Right? You're investing in yourself. Does that make sense, guys? I'm so passionate about it, because investing in yourself is what's going to take you to the next level of your life, whatever that is. Right? Maybe, you know, you want to take your marriage to the next level. Right? Maybe you want to build a better relationship with your kids to the next level. Maybe you want to take your income to the next level. It's going to take a coach. It's going to take someone that's already that's in a higher position, that's further down the road than you, to show you that. And yes, it takes an investment. Absolutely. Does that make sense, guys? David, thank you. I'm a student at Solar University. James teaches is not in power. Absolutely. James has a unique way of closing more deals. It's helped me my close rate increase, as I'm as happy as I can be because of James's training. Thank you very much, David. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And that's the idea. You know, if you're happy where you're at, you're already making the kind of money that you want. Hey, that's great. That's great. But if you think about it, even the top level, you know, income earners in the world, whether you're Tony Robbins, you're Ty Lopez, you're Grant Cardone, you're Gary Vaynerchuk, they're taking courses and they're learning strategies, right? Whether that's sales, whether that's marketing, they're learning strategies that nobody's using. That's where they're getting ahead. Does that make sense, guys? That's the key. That's the code. That's why they're getting ahead. Invest in yourself. Hey, if you don't invest in us, invest in somebody else, right? But the idea is to invest in yourself, right? I didn't invest in myself. I want to say almost 8 years ago, I didn't want to invest in myself. I was the kind of person that was like, I can do it all. Why should I pay you? Why should I give you money to teach me something that I can learn? And that really held me back. And I'm just sharing with you guys my experience, right? I never share anything with all of you that I haven't gone through myself. Just trust me on that. I don't want to be the blind leading the blind. That's not the idea here, right? It's the idea is to share you guys things that works in my life, whether that's, you know, sales or marketing, or whether even the things that doesn't work or the things that didn't work, right? Because I don't want you guys to experience it, right? Why go through it if somebody already experienced it, right? Hopefully that makes sense, guys. Hopefully that makes sense. Ty got ahead by profiting off desperate people's needs. I'm not sure about Ty Lopez, but again, he knows a strategy, right? He knows a strategy because let me tell you this, Katie, the strategies that's used online, the strategies that salespeople use, it can be used for good. For instance, some people, and it can be used for bad. And I'm not saying Ty Lopez. I don't know Ty Lopez personally, so I'm not sure. But yeah, it can be used for good or used for bad, just like solar, right? I could tell you, Katie, that I could tell you like, hey, every homeowner qualifies for tax credit. Hey, Katie, go ahead and sign right here. You're gonna get a fat check of 26%. What is that? $12,000, Katie, right? Or you can sell for good and let the homeowner know, hey, you may qualify for it. I'm not sure. Talk to your tax accountant, right? But what I can do is just give you the information. But just like anything else, I'm not sure about Ty. Just like anything else, it can be used for good or you can use for bad. And if you learn strategies that actually work, right? Whether you're going to use it for good, I mean, hopefully you use it for good, or whether you decide to go with Ty Lopez, like Katie was saying, that's totally up to you, right? It's totally up to you. But again, the strategies that Ty Lopez knows to possibly do bad things, he had to learn that. Had to learn it, right? And I'm pretty sure like Gary V, some of these other guys, Jordan Belfort, Grant Cardone, right? People are teaching sales and marketing out there, other folks, they're using it for good, right? They learn a strategy and they use it for good. But again, if you're already making millions of dollars, then you may be good. You know what I mean? You're good. So we need to be learning from you. But again, it's one of those things that enable for you to get ahead. You got to learn from somebody. Any other questions? And Katie, thank you. Thank you for these comments. I love answering these because at the end of the day, I honestly feel that investing in yourself is going to take you to the next level. Whatever that is. Whatever that is. And hopefully, you realize it sooner than later. Because if you could realize that sooner, like, hey, you know what? This person knows more than I know. There is an investment. But if I take this investment and I'm going to make X in return, it's probably worth the investment. Does that make sense, guys? It's literally like just investing in yourself. And think about it. It's just investing in general. Just like anything. If you're investing into a real estate property, right? I'm going to buy this property, right, for $500,000. And the idea is to get a return, right? To get a return on my investment. And if I can get a return on that investment, then it's a good investment. Does that make sense? You should show some of. Hey, Katie, you want to see some of my previews? Jump on my YouTube channel. There's hundreds of them there. Absolutely. If you want to show some of the previews, I've been in YouTube sharing videos for a very long time. So I think those are the previews. Hopefully, Katie. But if you jump on a solar strategy call, I'll love to show you exactly what we show our students, maybe some specific things that you want to know. But again, it's proprietary to us. You know what I mean? Just like every company, there's some proprietary things that we don't share or they don't share because it's proprietary to them, right? And obviously, there's investment to learn those proprietary things. And if you want to learn these proprietary things, Katie, pull the trigger and let's show you. Let's take you to the next level. How about, hey, I'm about to interview for a door-to-door sales job. What are your tips being prepared? Ooh, door-to-door job. I honestly, strategy for door-to-door, right? I literally, my door-to-door experience is probably like 2 hours at the most. But in general, right? In general, interviewing is just being you. You just show your personality, right? Obviously, if you can do door-to-door, you have to be personable, right? You have to be a person that actually wants to talk to people. So if you're engaging with the person interviewing you, and you're engaging back and forth, and your personality seems like it could fit, a door-to-door sales position, then I'm pretty sure they'll hire you, right? But I'm not too sure exactly what to say, rather than just being yourself. You know what I mean? And just be ready for it. Door to door is not, it's not the easiest job, but I honestly feel that once you get it going, then there's a lot of self development that you learn from hitting the doors. But yeah, I wouldn't know exactly how to prepare for that. To just being yourself. That's a good one, man. So JC, empty your pockets into your mind, and your mind will fill your pockets with gold. Wow, that's good, JC. That's really good. That's really good. It's just the point is just it's a mind shift change, right? Believe me, Katie, I was in that same situation where I'm like, I'm not investing in nobody, right? And now my wife and I, we invest in ourselves all the time. Every year there's a plan. Like, how much are we investing into ourselves, into self-development, right? To make ourselves a better person, a better version of ourselves, right? So there is an investment. I honestly feel that investing in yourself is the way to go. I honestly feel that, hands down. For the best return on your money, pour your purse into your head. That's awesome. Benjamin Franklin. Thank you, JC. Dropping some knowledge. Drop some knowledge. Does that make sense, guys? Hopefully you guys are investing in yourself, regardless you take our training or not. Invest in yourself, right? I mean, it's not for everybody. If you're already a closer, you're making multiple six figures a year, maybe you're good, right? Maybe you don't need our training. If you're generating leads online, you're already positioning yourself as an expert, you're getting leads while you sleep, maybe you don't need our training. You're good, right? But enable for you to learn those strategies, to make that kind of income, to generate leads online, you probably invest in yourself. There's no way around it, right? You probably invest in yourself to learn these strategies. There's just no way around it. Any other questions? And thank you all for engaging. Thank you everyone for engaging. Any other questions? I'll give it another 5 seconds. No more questions. Go ahead and book your solar strategy call. Katie, if you want to dive in deeper, book your solar strategy call. My team and I will love to show you more, but again, it can't be on a live Zoom like this. But we can show you more as well. JC, thank you. Graham, thank you. Love for Jesus, thank you. David, thank you. Absolutely, David. I'll see you on Monday. Another question. This is gonna be the last question, guys, from Matthew. Go Trump. So Matthew says, what do you think will happen to the solar industry after the 26% goes away? This is a really good question. And again, Katie, this is not a political, forum. And if it's flat out, right? If you're gonna try to cause conflict here, we don't want any negativity. Whether you want to go for Trump, whether you go for for Biden and Pence and all these other guys, that's all up to you, right? We're just talking about solar here, so I don't need any negativity here because I'll kick anybody out in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? Because people just want some positive atmosphere. There's already a bunch of stuff going on in other social media outlets where you can listen to all that stuff, right? And I don't need it here in this forum. Just letting you know. Thank you. Bring some positivity. Absolutely. Thank you, Katie. Federal 26% federal tax credit. So when I got started at Solar City, we didn't have necessarily we did, but we weren't pushing a federal tax credit, right? We were selling leases and PPAs, just like Sunrun right now. Sunrun and these guys, Vivint, these guys are doing amazing selling PPA and leases. So the finance option is just an option right now, right? So referring back to when I started with Solar City, we're crushing it just by selling leases. So I'm not sure if the industry is going to shift and everybody just goes back to leases and PPAs. I'm not sure. But one thing that I'm pretty confident in, and this is my personal opinion, the solar industry is not going to stop moving. You know what I mean? This is a freight train that nobody can stop. So again, it's just gonna work itself out. Whether ITC extends itself, whether it goes away completely, I'm pretty sure the market is going to shift. Right? It's going to shift accordingly, and this market, the solar industry, ain't stopping. What's up, Leon? Yeah, it ain't stopping. All right. Hey, Katie, I'm just talking about like your political views, go Trump and things like that. So, not everybody wants Trump, and not everybody wants the opposite either, right? I'm not doing. I don't want any political agenda here. That's all I'm trying to say. I don't want somebody say, "Hey, I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat." Yeah, that's great. Whatever you decide, I don't want that here. Does that make sense? I just want to nip it at the butt and let you guys know. I mean, obviously, I would love to pour in value as much as I can, but I am not bringing political beliefs in this forum. Does that make sense? Get a bill. Absolutely. The gift of gab, get a bill. Right? We're selling solar. We're not here to talk about political. You could go join another forum about that one. I got my beliefs as well, so everyone does, and this is not where I want to start that. Batteries, fully automated, the home, right? It can. It depends how many batteries you have. You get the bare essentials that can run on batteries, right? So again, depending on the size of the battery, kind of batteries, the amount of batteries, if there's just one, it's definitely hooked up to about 4 to 6 different appliances for your home, right? So it all depends. Absolutely. Anton, what's going on? Timothy, what's going on? Absolutely, man. We're focused on making money, right? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're a Republican, a Democrat, or whatever. Us here as solar entrepreneurs, that doesn't dictate, right? Doesn't matter who's president. Obviously, everyone has their own, favorites. But at the end of the day, I don't blame anything with anyone, right? And I want you guys to change this mindset as well as like we take control, right? We take control of our destiny. It doesn't matter who's in power, who's in politics. We take control, right? Because at the end of the day, we got to put food on the table. So I'm not going to let the environment dictate to my circumstances. Does that make sense, everyone? Let's focus on making money, right? And nothing dictates that except you, right? Nothing dictates that except you. Thank you, Solarwood Sergio. Thank you very much. Other than that, I gotta jump on another call. We've been here for an hour. This is awesome, right? This is awesome. I was actually expecting to be here for like 15 minutes. But again, if I can help, right? If I can help, I'm here helping, right? I'm here to help. Other than that, if you haven't booked your solar strategy call yet, make sure you do that. We would love to help, obviously, on the side. And keep an eye out. Every Friday at 12:30, I'm jumping on live and answering any questions that you may have. And you guys stay safe. Have an amazing weekend. Do me a favor, please share this video so it gets shared with all of our solar family. Other than that, have an amazing, amazing weekend. Peace.